Well, it's going at 20 after 5, so my day is just about over. I have such a restrict regimen here because I have worked beyond expectations for so many years. I have to pay back. So I'm restricted in what I can do. 5:30 is my cutoff, even if I don't have a JOB. But in any case, we're sitting here with most of Leon's engine. He's a customer. That's his reverse controller. These are his power regulators. That's his power distribution panel. That's his 3D printed smoke and smoke controller. We call it Super Smart Smoke. And this is the newer of the fields with the magnets and a new sensor and a new gear that's running off of the pedestal for the smoke gear. But he wanted 3D smoke to get the pulses and such as that for the chuff, which we'll show you. But in any case, right now we're running the gear and the motor and the trigger, and we're just running the motor right off the trigger in this case. Later he'll be getting a computer processor that will do all of this much better, but right now we just wanted to get him an engine that ran. So we're going really slow. We're only putting about 2 volts into the smoke system. It's working pretty well, and everything is warm but not hot. I jump because I'm always scared. That one's a little warm. This one is not. This one's doing fine. When I crank it up, what happens is the smoke gets more energy and the smoke gets hot. And we have a thermistor in there. It's a thermostat, and it's seeing that it's getting hot, and that'll start pulling the voltage back down from 2.2 to 1.9 or whatever it thinks it wants. But here we are at 50%, and we're at 2.19 volts going in, and good smoke. I mean, that's a nice, it's filling up the basement. It's doing okay. I don't have a stack on, so it's not directed, and that makes it look a little more dissipated. And I just filled it up, so I spilled some. But in any case, that's the smoke with the chuffer, with the puffer board, the puffer switch, but it's not really puffing like that. Uh-oh. There it is. I think if I go too low, it won't run, so I have to watch it. The little fan in this motor. So when I'm over here, it's going to get a better pulse, more direct. It'll be more synchronized. At any rate, this is what we have: forward and reverse, digital, 2 regulators, both at 5 volts, one for the fan, one for the motor, one for the fan, one for the smoke heater. And the smoke heater circuit goes through this smart system. Oh boy, he's going to need a, he's going to need a heat sink. At any rate, there we are. Oh wow, and this little wire right here is a little on the warm side. Isn't that exciting? That one's not, but this thin thing is. Oh yeah, this one is heavier gauge and it's not warm. So this one is thinner, and it's saying, I don't know why you're making me do this. I'm not made for that big bolts. And so there it is. Okay, I just thought I'd fill you in progress. I'm going to send this out. I'm going to send it to Leon as well so you can see his engine. This is pretty much, I'm going to tidy it up, make it look production. I might want to tune that R1 resistor setting to maybe get a little more smoke out of it at the lower speed. But I got to put a heat sink on that so he doesn't get overheated. So I'm going to send him these components. The only thing I have unanswered is what kind of tender does he want. This is the K5 tender chassis, which it's a chassis. He's going to build his own tender, which I think is pretty doggone exciting. He wants to do an extended tender, so maybe I'll just use my royal blue bed and put that on, so he can just bolt it on top of whatever he has, and then this bolts onto his engine, the gear bolts onto his engine, the smoke bolts on, that little gray adapter bolts right into the old smoke mount pattern. Okay, and all of this will be moved over and settled down, so that should be it. That'll take care of phase 1. Phase 2 is getting them the digital sound, and you remember what that is, I hope. Okay, so I'm going to post this. I got 5 minutes. I'm going to have to do a little cleanup. and we'll be okay. We'll be all right. We're having fun. We're making smoke. We're running trains. You know, it makes a lot more impression when you have that chuff going, you know. Okay, gang. You guys take care. Check it out. Frankentrain Labs. Out.